number 2, cold night number 2 here at the 2013 The Dirt Nitro Challenge. We've got Ryan Maifield of Phoenix, Arizona local here. Ryan, you had a pretty good run here in round 2, grabbing a 2, earning second place points for the round. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, yesterday in Truggy was kind of a bad day. Got a 10 and a 12, broke in the last round, qualified 11th overall. Slept on it, thought about it, ended up having some bad radio equipment, so didn't really know that. Came into today with buggy and had a bad buggy round. I threw down a terrible run, which was a 12. I thought it was going to be worse, but so I sat down again and just thought about it, made some changes, slowed the motor down, fixed my radio problem. Went out, luckily we got a fifth scale track here, we can go do some testing. Car felt really good. Went out there and just, I made 2 mistakes, but I still got a second. I had the benefit of a little bit faster track, thankfully. So other than that, it's my race is turning around, it's getting better, and it's still a fun cold night.
Yeah, no kidding. Although you're still wearing shorts.
Yeah.
How has the track been developing? You know, the track conditions have changed obviously so much from the snow and rain that we saw during Wednesday's practice. Started drying out yesterday. You know, now it's actually starting to get pretty hard and dry. And
yeah.
So how how have things changed, and what changes have you made to your cars to kind of cope with those changes?
Yeah, you know, like you said, it's basically snowed here Wednesday, which is, I've never seen that before, and I've lived here my whole life. So the track was extremely soupy, muddy mess, and nobody really got any practice. I got 1 lap of practice with my Truggy, didn't run the buggy at all. So as far as that, I mean, going into the first round of truck, the track was just extremely hard packed, very tacky and flippy, and but now it's getting kind of like a polished groove going. So it's ever changing. It's different every run. It's hard to drive. It's got pretty narrow lanes, technical jump sections, but it's the same for everybody. It's fun. It's just like the weather, typical Nitro Challenge. It throws a wrench in the system, but everybody's got to deal with it. You just kind of soldier on.
I was talking to Jason Rona earlier, the owner of J Concepts, and actually your tire sponsor, and he said that you guys don't. He doesn't have a whole lot of drivers here, so it means that you don't have really a whole lot of people to bounce back ideas off of back and forth. Is that a benefit or a hindrance not having a whole lot of other people run the same tires?
I don't think it's either for me. I mean, I'm kind of, it's been that way for me for a while, but I kind of enjoy it. I'm selfish, I guess. I wouldn't say I like being the star of the team, but I like having Jason's attention, and he is extremely smart when it comes to the tires. I'm not that smart. I really kind of don't know what to do. I've always been the guy that just kind of drives it, and sometimes, and luckily, he tells me what to run, like last time, and it worked. It was something I probably wouldn't have run normally. But yeah, he makes the tires, he develops the tires, so he knows when they're going to work, and I just have learned throughout the years to listen to him. And yeah, like you said, I don't have that many teammates here as far as the tires go. But that it is what it is. Sometimes it's good to have teammates, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes they can get you on a wrong path with a different kind of car. I just kind of go off what my teammates with my cars are doing, look at their lug, their compound, run the comparable tire, and so it works out in the end of the day.
Yeah, you mentioned that Jason Rona is someone that's really able to help provide that information for you. You have your mechanic Jake Thayer, a buddy of yours that helps you out with that kind of stuff. It's obviously a benefit, I'm sure, to have people like that surrounding you, helping you out with that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for the people that I have surrounded myself with over these years, it probably would be a lot harder weekend. These guys have been here from day one with me. Jake and me and Jake have been together for a long time as far as friends and driver mechanic relationship. Me and Jason, I've ran for Jason since he started the company. With the BJ4, I ran the first bodies he made, first tires. I've been there the whole time. Same with Team Associated. I mean, I ran for Team Associated since I was real young. Started in 1997 with them, and these guys, we know each other. We're friends. We're family. So if you come to the track and you're comfortable with your surroundings. long as you're comfortable with your people, it makes the weekend that much easier and that much more, fun and relaxed. So, yeah, obviously, I have a great group of guys around me, and I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very thankful. And I hope they feel the same way. And usually at the end of the weekend, because of that, it turns out to be a pretty good weekend.
Now, of the guys that are running up front in both classes this weekend, you're actually the only one here from Arizona. Does that play any part of it at all? Is it kind of a home track advantage? You get a chance to run here very often. Are you staying here in a hotel, or are you going home at night?
I'm actually driving home. It's only 20 minutes, 15 if I'm going a lot faster, but I wouldn't say this is a home track. I run here a handful of times a year. My travel schedule is extremely hectic and busy, and with running electric cars, I don't have time to really focus on a nitro as much as really necessary. I would say my home track is really SRS. I do a lot of nitro running there when nobody's there, just to break in motors and stuff, because it's so far here. Normally this track's not in very good condition, just because the summer heat here just destroys the track. So yeah, it is a home track, but I wouldn't say there's any home track advantage. Like I said, it's never snowed here before. We got snow on Wednesday, so that completely changes the track. I've never seen it this way. None of these guys have ever seen it this way. I'm in the same boat as everybody else. So the only advantage I have is luckily I get to go home to my girlfriend every night for a couple hours, and then I have to drive back. So that's about the only benefit.
Sleeping in your own bed,
yeah,
gives you a benefit sometimes.
Yeah, own shower, own bed, and that makes it a lot better. But yeah, other than that, it's same as if I travel to Italy. I don't know what this track's going to do, just like anybody else, and so it keeps it fair.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, not because of your travel schedule and also running so many electric races that you don't get to solely focus on nitro. Some of the other teams here do have drivers that run, more nitro than anything. Some people run more electric than anything. Do you think that you're splitting attention across both is a benefit or a hindrance either way?
I think it depends on what your goals are. I know, like you said, a few guys have been doing that, and with our team, we have guys in the factory that work at the shop at Associated that mainly focus on getting nitro. And then as a driver, like me and Ryan, we focus on just driving. So we race all the cars. We have guys like Brent that focus on the 10 scale stuff. And then we have guys like Richard that focus on the nitro stuff. So when it comes down to whatever we're running, we can take the information they've gained in their testing, use it for our benefit, use the information we know, and at the end of the day, most of the time me and Ryan are running top 3 in every class we're running. And I think it's a big benefit to run 10 scale because the cars are so much smaller, faster, more sensitive to inputs you give in the radio. You only get 5 minutes to go fast, so you better have your crap together or you're going to be, off the pace. So when it comes to the nitro stuff, as long as your cars are drivable and staying together, then the 10 scale guys have a pretty good advantage, typically, I think.
What do you think this track's going to be like to race on heads up with people? Do you think that there's a lot of places to pass, or is it going to be kind of just a freight train waiting for people to make mistakes? And what do you think is going to be the key to winning tomorrow and on Sunday?
I don't think there's going to be a lot of places to pass. What's going to create passing is the surface. The surface is tacky and slippery, so you get the false sense of traction. And sometimes you go into the corner and your car wants to flip, but sometimes you go into the corner and it wants to spin out. So that inconsistency is what is going to create passing. The layout is, for a Joey layout, for a dirt layout, it's fairly simplistic, which is good because we didn't get any practice. So everybody is out there running clean laps, just a small bobble, small mistakes that really change the tone of the race. So for the main tomorrow, I think it's going to be pretty hectic. There's a lot of crazy sections that they're not crazy if you're by yourself, but they're crazy if you're with traffic. So I think the first lap and the first 5 minutes of the main events are going to be very crucial. But it's going to be good. It's the same for everybody. It's the same. We race the same people all the time. Hopefully everybody just stays calm and gets through the first couple minutes, and then you never know what happens the last 15 minutes of the race. It's up in the air. So
yeah, we've heard the same thing actually from a few of the other drivers we talked about, that really thinking that the first few minutes could potentially change the pace of the race. Does that mean that your starting position matters in a 60-minute final?
It obviously matters, yes, but I don't think that this track is going to promote a better starting position over a bad starting position. I started 11th in Truggy, and you know, if you look at the layout, it's got the huge step up. It's got a 5-pack of rhythm sections. It's got a triple. It's got this, that, and the other. It's got a step on, step off, right out of the gate. Right when you start the main, there's going to be a step on, step off.
Right.
So, you know, I could go from 11th to 1st within the first lap, and the first guy could go to 11th. You know, just because of the track. So, this is like the Worlds this year. If you started first, you could stay in first. You started 11th, you're basically going to stay in 11th. So this track, it's not going to be that way. You're going to see some good racing. You're going to see some carnage for sure, and hopefully it's exciting and it's not a boring race. Somebody doesn't get a big lead. Unless it's me, then I want it to be boring. But I think it'll be fun. The track's cool, and hopefully it's not super freezing during our main, and that will be a better race for everybody.
Well, this is Team Associated Ryan Mayfield, former winner here at the Dirt Nitro Challenge, and looking to do it again. Thanks for the interview, Ryan.
Thanks.